So I guess for one of the things that we have to consider is that we're all just doing the best we can right now and making do with what this situation is offering. And I think that this is a great time for growth for all of us. It's asking for us to have an incredible amount of patience and an incredible amount of accepting the situation. And acceptance of situations sometimes isn't so easy because it may not be the situation we want. And I think a lot of things are happening right now that are putting people in situations that they weren't really looking to ever experience. So I get the New York Magazine, and there was just something really funny today about people all of a sudden living together, like, how they're dealing with it, that they're not used to being together all the time, blah, blah, blah. And then people who are, having no one. And I think that we are all experiencing some of everything, or we know someone is. So it really is about our attitude about life. And so I think this invitation of grace is so important right now, to really bathe in grace, to know how important that is for all of us, to just bathe in this position of acceptance and love. And it's not always easy. I know I'm going through something I've never had to go through before, and I don't feel like I'm really good at it, but I'm doing the best I can. And trying to do these things without judgment sometimes isn't so easy. So I think we always have to take a lot of deep breaths and just know that we're doing the best we can. So I am, and everything is kind of wacky, but I'm going to just face it and do the best I can. And always try to see a positive outlook in the end. So I'm going to read from Hafiz, The Gift. Now is the time to know that all that you do is sacred. Now, why not consider a lasting truth with yourself and God? Now is the time to understand that all your ideas of right and wrong were just a child's training wheels to be laid aside when you can finally live with ferocity and love. Hafiz is a divine envoy whom the beloved has written a holy message upon. My dear, please tell me, why do you still throw sticks at your heart and God? What is it in that sweet voice inside that incites you to fear? Now is the time for the world to know that every thought and action is sacred. This is the time for you to deeply compute the impossibility that there is anything but grace. Now is the season to know that everything you do is sacred. So let's take our seat. Let's give ourselves an inner spiral at the top of our thighs and scoop our tailbone. Feel the energy lifting in our lower belly, shoulders up and back. Take a few deep inhales and exhales. Soften the skin on your face. And let's bring our hands in front of our hearts. Together we'll do the sound of Om, the invocation, and the sound of Om. Take a deep inhale. Om. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchitananda Mortaye Nishpapanchaya Shantaya Niralambaya Tejase Bow your head to your heart to honor your spirit. On your inhale, lift your head up. Exhale, release your hands to the side and open your eyes. Good. Let's come to our mats. And just look down at your feet. Have your second toe aligned to the center of the ankle. Spread your toes. Bring the energy of your inner thighs back and scoop your tailbone. Shoulders up to your ears and back. Bring your fingertips in front. Plug in. Really feel those shoulder blades on your back. And feel the inner arm of that really rolling out. And then inhale, lengthen up like you're picking something up and come off your heels. Now squeeze your heels together. Take a couple of breaths here. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. And then on your next exhale, release your hands down. Keep holding on. You're using a lot of muscular energy, and then let it go. Exhale and release. Take a breath, and then inhale halfway up. Plug it in. Inhale. Come off your heels. Take a couple of breaths here. Really rooting down into the metatarsal of your big toe. Feel yourself getting super long. Good. And then exhale, bring it in, bring it in, bring it down and in, and let it go. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. Fingertips in front, plug it into the back of the heart. On your next inhale, lift it up. Come off your heels, hug those heels in. You want to really work those shins, work your calves. Full deep breath, inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then exhale, bring it down, hold on to it, and let it go. Good. Let's bring our hands in front of our hearts. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands, and then all the way up to the sky. Full deep breath. Reach all the way up. Exhale and fold. Bow. Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. On your exhale, bring your right foot to the top of the mat, left foot back, and inhale, lengthen your torso long. So we're hugging into our midline, squeezing, full deep breath. Okay, so let's get as light on our fingertips as possible, and that means I'm really rooted and connected to my core. Let's feel that energy. Now, if you want to bring your back knee down now, you can, but keep scooping your tailbone. You want to feel that power. Bring your fingertips in front again, plug in, and lift up. So it's a high lunge, full deep breath. Now, rooting into that back foot, feel that back inner thigh lift, and stretch that right hip back. Good, beautiful. Now bring your hands back behind you. Keep plugging into the back of the heart. Beautiful. Exhale, release, down dog. And let's do a little catwalk. Stretching out the back of our calf, the Achilles, and press forward into your finger pads and metacarpal. You still want to feel the energy of your inner arm lifting up, and then soften and surrender the back of your heart. Good. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Good. And let's bring our left foot to the top. Hug in. Squeeze the top of the thighs together. Connecting to something greater as we root to rise. Back inner thigh lifts up. Breathe. So scoop, get real light on your fingertips. Fingertips in front. Plug in and lift up. bicep to ear. Keep squeezing the top of the thighs together. Keep rooting to rise. And your hands are working really hard, hugging in towards one another. Good, and then exhale, release. Bring those hands back behind you. Feel a nice rotation in your shoulders. Down dog. So in down dog, just do a little catwalk. And let's come forward to plank. Scoop your tailbone. Feel your lower belly lift in and soften and surrender the back of your heart. And then all the way to the earth. Toenails rooted. Bhujangasana. Get that heart forward. Shoulders rolling back. And breathe. Beautiful. Get the heart to pump. Support you. Good. And then exhale, release. Curl the toes under. Down dog. And then do a little catwalk again. And let's bring our right foot forward. So squeeze the top of the thighs together. Now we're going to do a simple twist. So we're going to twist to the right. Try to get your right knee directly over the ankle. Stack your shoulders and bring those fingertips to the sky. So root into that back foot and feel your heart lift. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Opening. Feel your heart pulsing. Whew. Beautiful. Exhale, release. And let's come back to down dog. Little catwalk. Left foot to the top. Hug in. Squeeze. And then let's turn our torso. Stacking our shoulders. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. And reach your fingertips to the sky. So we get out of the practice what we put into it. Just like life. Keep stretching and lengthening that outer left hip back. Good. Exhale, release. And let's come back to down dog. Let's put our right foot to the top again. And let's bring our left knee down. We're going to hug into the midline and lift up. Fingertips in front, plug in, stretch it up. And open your heart. So keep squeezing the top of the thighs together. Try to get your shoulders over your hips. And you want to make sure that you're really scooping your tailbone and hugging your hip points in. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Let's just change sides. Hug in, plug in, and lift up. So you're opening it up. Keep hugging. You really want to squeeze those thighs together so that right outer hip comes forward. And that will bring space for the left hip to stretch back. Good. Open it up. Beautiful. Down dog. Let's do a little catwalk again. Let's bend our knees and get those inner thighs way back and then scoop. Ha. Full deep breath. Press forward into your finger pads and metacarpals. Let's take our right foot in front of our left and try to get our little toes to get together there and bow.
And let's walk back towards those feet. Walk back and bow. You can have bent knees, of course. You could use blocks, of course. Full breath, being bathed. You just want to feel that grace is just bathing themselves with you. Surrender to grace. And then walk back out to down dog. And then let's change. So the left foot is over the right. Stretch it back. Outer hips back on both sides. Good, and then walk your hands back for Uttanasana with crossed legs. Full deep breath. Good, and then just straighten. So you're in Uttanasana, then bring your hands to your hips, shoulders and elbows to the sky, and come up halfway. So you want to have a nice flat back, shoulder blades on your back, tailbone scoop, belly, ignite it, and then inhale up. Good, one more time, all the way up to the sky, come off your heels, breathe, and exhale, and release. Just close your eyes for a minute, and just feel your breath. Beautiful. Good, let's bring our hands in front of our hearts. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands, and then inhale all the way up. On your exhale, right foot forward, left foot back. Squeeze the top of the thighs together. And then we're going to release the back knee down. So we're going to hug into that midline of knee and heel, and inhale and come up. So our back knee is down, we're scooping. Want to find a nice length between the top of our sacrum and where the shoulder blades kiss, okay? So think of that area, visualize it, and bring a lot of space to all those vertebrae. And then bring those fingertips in front, plug in. When you lift your fingertips up now, let's interlace our thumbs, bend our elbows, and really plug in so much the heart is popping open. We want to really find that space of love, and that's where it sits, right there. Open it up, bicep to ear, stretch those arms up, up. Good. Exhale, release, and let's change sides. Back knee down, hug in, come up. Fingertips in front, plug in, lift up. This time, change the interlace, bend your elbows, look up. Really stretch it out. Full deep inhale. Beautiful. Exhale and release. Down dog. Left side work here as we shift onto one heel and then the other. You can hold it there for a breath and then go to the other side. Just trying to feel the whole back of the leg open up here, the whole back of the body, the hips. And then let's bring that right foot forward. Plug in, and let's pivot the heel down now. So with the heel hug down, elbow to knee, hand to hip. So this is a variation of Parsvakonasana. So we're going to have two choices here. You can plug in and lift up, or if you want to go for a bound, you're going to take your left hand on the sacrum right now and just hold that sacrum. Then bring your shoulder down and then bring the hand underneath the thigh and come up into a bound Parsvakonasana. Now, the whole time you're doing this, no matter how you're doing it, you're hugging those heels in and you're really feeling connection to that core. Want to feel connection to the core body. Good, beautiful. Release, down dog. Just do that catwalk. And then left foot to the top. Pivot the heel down. Once again, we can start right here, elbow to knee. Stack your shoulders. If you're gonna come here, you plug in, bicep to ear, or hand on the sacrum. Just to remind you of getting that energy in your core strong. And then if you're gonna come into a bound, you just bring your hand underneath your thigh. Shoulders are stacked. Hug in. So remember how important your base is. You want to really feel connected and rooted. So just think how strong you are as a tree is rooted into the earth. Good, beautiful. And exhale, release. Down dog. Come forward to plank and come all the way to the earth. So let's place our hands in front like a sphinx and plug into your toenails and scoop your tailbone, lengthen your torso. So that's kind of challenging now. You want to really bring the front ribs back and then bring your heart forward. It's a beautiful back bend. It's a very inner body experience, a place where grace just comes into the body. It's invited in. And then curl your toes under now, scoop your tailbone, and we're going to come up into a low plank. And that's like a big core. So breathe into that core body, press back into your heel. When you press back into that heel, you're going to feel the connection to something greater than yourself. Beautiful. Exhale, release. And let's come up back to down dog. Do a little catwalk. Good, and right foot to the top. So we're going to hug in and pivot the back heel down. And we're gonna come up to a warrior two pose. So in our warrior two, the knee is over the ankle, we're rooting down into the earth. The thighs are lifting up from behind us. They're doing like that inner spiral. So our tailbone is scooping, lower belly is lifting, front ribs are back. Now plug in. Gaze over your right hand. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Now keep lengthening this right hip back. Your heart is expanded and open. Good, now we're gonna windmill to Uttanasana. So place both hands, frame your foot, and bring your back foot up. Bow. Hug into the midline. Bend your knees. Scoop your tailbone. Shoulder blades are on your back. We're going to do a three-legged Uttanasana now. So rooting down into your right foot. Bring your left foot halfway up. Squeeze the top of those thighs together. Now stretch that outer right hip back. And bow.
Now bend that knee, bend that left knee, and bring the knee to the sky. And as the knee goes to the sky, make sure the foot is active and the outer right hip is stretching back. And it's a big, deep bow. And we bow to that greater part of ourselves. We bow to that heart that is where grace enters and bathes us. And if you feel like it, you could stretch the foot out. Now, hugging again, we're going to go for the gold here. We're going to squeeze the thighs together. Place your hand either on a block or at least 8 inches in front of your little toe. Bring your left hand to your hip. Ardha Chandrasana. Boom, all the way up to the sky. Keep rooting into the earth. You can bend your knee now, grab the big toe. Ardha Chandra Trikonasana. Hoo-ha. Yeah, there you go. And then slowly with grace, release, down dog. Well, that wasn't graceful. But I had fun. That's the most important thing. Good. Left foot to the top. Pivot the back heel down. Hug in.
Virabhadrasana 2. Oh, feel that breath. Feel those inner thigh muscles. You want to feel your body here. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Breathe. Stretch that hip back. Good. Uttanasana.
And come forward with both feet and bow. Standing on your left foot, bring your right foot behind you, hug in and bow. Keep squeezing the thighs together. And then bend the knee and bring the knee to the sky. Keep that outer left hip back. Work the foot. And then straighten the leg if you like. Keep the leg straight. You're going to place your hand 6 to 8 inches to the little toe side of the foot. And then you're going to lower that leg a little bit. You want to kind of have it in line with your hip. And come right up into Ardha Chandrasana. Open your heart. Good. And if you feel like it, bend the knee, grab the foot. Ardha Chandra Trikonasana. Beautiful. Exhale, release. Nice and slow. Uttanasana. Whew. Very good. And let's come into a child's pose. So, big toes together. Place your outer torso to the inside of your thighs. And then, if you can, bring your forehead to the earth. You can use your hands to really lengthen and get your hips down toward your heels. You want to create a lot of space here in your lower back. And breathe. Good, and then slowly come up and just take a moment as you sit on your heels. You can close your eyes and feel your breath. So let's bend our right knee and bring our left leg out on the side behind us.
And we're just going to stretch out that whole left side of the torso and bring it out. Kind of opening a gate. Breathe. Every part of your body that's connected to the earth is really rooting. Good. Exhale, release. Let's try the other side. Stretch your right leg out. So it's kind of like your heel, your knee, and your hand are all in one line. And then you're lengthening, really stretching and lengthening the whole right side of the body. And open it up. Breathe. Full deep inhale and full deep exhale. Good. Exhale and release. And let's just have a seat once more on our heels. So let's do a few standing twists. Okay, so we'll bring our right foot forward and left knee is going to start down and we're going to hug in and inhale and come up. So the first pose we'll do is a Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. This feels really good on your back. So plug your left hand, and I like to really get that into the shoulder socket. As I bend my elbow, I bring it to the outside and just get that belly over. And then bring my palms together. Try to stack my shoulders. Remember, we're always just doing the best we can. And grace comes in when we are. Whoops. Grace will come in when we're doing the best that we can. And lift your back. Heel up. And breathe. Whew. Beautiful. You can lift your back knee up if you want. Oh yeah. Good. Let's just change sides. We'll start with the knee down, hug in, and inhale up. Right arm plugs in, elbow to the outside. Whoa, really get that belly over there. And then if you want, you could lift your back knee up, but you don't have to. Just do the best you can. Keep stretching that hip back. Good. Exhale, release, down dog. Do a little catwalk, and then come forward to plank, all the way to the earth. Toenails rooted, scoop your tailbone, Bhujangasana. Now keeping your left shoulder back, look over your right. Hug your shins in, come back to center. Keeping your right shoulder back, look over to your left. And come back to center. Let's just take a little rest in Shavasana on our bellies. Just feel the spanda, the vibration moving through your body. That already makes my back feel so much better when I do a twist. So you should always remember that. Like if you have a little back, something going on in your back, just doing a seated twist will make it feel better. So let's come forward to do a Parivrtta Trikonasana. So if you have a block or if you need a block, this may be the time you want it. So let's bring our right foot forward. And the block would go, you could bring it, it's going to be a little simpler, a little easier, which is fine, to put it on the inside of your foot. It doesn't matter. And let's pivot the back heel down. Now the most important thing is to just hug into the midline. Now also, if you want to move your left foot more to the left, you can do that. Now Trikonasana, the leg is straight. I always start with the bend because I want to make sure we're moving from the core, not the periphery, to get that hip, that leg straight. And then I'm going to hug in and get super long. Remember I said it could come here, and you place your hand here and your right hand here. Whatever you feel like doing. Both legs are straight. You stack your shoulders. Now, if you're comfortable just doing this today, that's fine. And then if you want, you lift your fingertips to the sky. Full deep breath. Breathe. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Good. Exhale, release. Good. And let's just set up and do the other side. Pivot the heel down. Hug in. And now we're going to twist to the left. Fingertips up. Oh, feels good. Beautiful. Good. Exhale, release. Let's just take another child's pose. It's good to just feel the body. Take that opportunity. And then come on up. And let's put our right foot to the top again. So here, we're going to bring our left foot up, and our right hand is going to come to our hip for a Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. So the left leg goes up, and we hug it in. I'm going to bring my right hand to my sacrum or to my hip, and I'm going to twist over to the right. You can keep your hand here, or you can lift your fingertips to the sky. It's a deep twist. If you want, you can bend your knee, grab the big toe side of the foot, and open it up. Parivrtta Ardha Chandrachapasana, and release. Second side, hug it in. Twist over to the left. Fingertips to the sky. So this outer left hip is stretching back. If you want, you can grab your foot and twist with the foot. Hoo-ha. Good. And then exhale, release. Let's bend our knees and come into a Malasana. And just say, boy, we're glad that's over. Full deep breath. So I'm going to just change the view of the camera for a bit. And we're going to come into Setu Bandhasana with our block. So here, we're going to do a little back bend with a block if you have it. So we're going to lay down like so. If you don't have a block, you'll just come up and down more. So root down into your feet, plug into your elbows and roll onto your shoulders. And then feel your core. Just lift up a little bit to engage your core body. Now press into the back of the head that aligns to the top of your ears. Then you're going to grab your block and lift your hips up and put your block whatever position you feel like today. This is very nice right now. And we've worked really hard today in a very little amount of time. So you want to just allow the body to settle. Feel the skin really softening against the muscle and bone. You are rooting into your feet, especially the inner foot. You don't want to get light on the inner foot here. And if you don't have a block, just go up and down a few times. But press into the back of the head, aligning to the top of the ears. Make sure you're on your shoulders because this is a back bend at the upper back. Full deep inhale, full deep exhale. Breathe through it. And then if your block is up a little bit like mine is, you're going to lift your hips up and just lower the block and place your sacrum on it. And then if you're close enough, see if you can find your belt and put it close by. And just settle into the block again. And then you're going to take your strap and we're going to press down into our left leg and bring our right leg up and put the strap around the heel or the metatarsal of the foot. And now really lengthen this outer right hip towards that left heel. And once again, you want to really get onto your shoulders. And breathe. You're pressing the metatarsal of your foot to the sky. The energy of the heel is coming into the body. So there's this beautiful line of vibration moving up and down. Now see if you can put the strap in your right hand and we're going to bring the foot over to the right. Now you got to try to be steady on your block. Breathe, full deep breath.
And then bring that foot back up. This is going to be trickier. You're going to bring the foot over. It's not going to go that much farther because your knee is bent, but you'll bring your foot over to the left. You still want to find a lot of length here on the whole right side of the body. So kind of try to bring that outer hip away from the shoulder. Good, and then bring the foot back up to center. And just hold the strap with 2 hands again. Full deep breath. Rooting into your left foot. Release the strap on your right and let that leg go down nice and slow. We're going to reach that heel to the earth. Really feel that. That feels really good. And then bend the knee and bring it up. And that whole side should feel a lot different. And then we'll bring our left foot up. And the left foot goes around. The strap goes around the foot. Shoulders are back. Top of the ears rooting down into the earth, right where the back of the head is. And we're breathing, of course. Root into the 4 points of your right foot. Breathe into the body, the whole body, and then make sure this outer left hip now is going towards the foot, that right foot, and away from the left shoulder. Really active feet. And then take your right hand out to the side and see if you can get that foot moving to the left. I like, my elbow helps me. If I get my elbow down there, it helps me to steady, feel steadier. Good, and then bring that foot up. Just plug it in again. And put the strap in your right hand. We're going to just bring that foot over to the right, keeping that length on the left side. Of course, it's not going to go as far as it usually would because our knee is bent. Breathing into it, and then bring that foot back up. Hug in, shoulder blades on your back. And then we'll just loosen that strap and put it to the side. And we're slowly lowering the leg down. And then hugging that heel in. And then root into your feet to take that block away and release your sacrum to the earth. And just take a few breaths here with that sacrum back, rooted to the earth. And then take your knees and just do outer circles. The right knee is going to the right, the left knee going to the left. And then change sides. Just doing it the other way. Good, and then hug in and just go around your sacrum with both knees. And then the other way. Good, and let's just do a few rolls up and back and up and back and up and back, and then let's come up. Woohoo! Good. Very good. Good. How's everybody doing? Everybody good?
All right. So let's do a twist. So I'm just going to get those inner thighs back. Side body long, shoulders back, and let's twist to the right. And come back to center and twist to the left. And come back to center. So let's widen our feet apart. Get those inner thighs back. Just create another opening. We're going to interlace our hands behind our back. Bring our shoulders up and back and stretch our hands away from our body. Have your feet be super active. Now sit on a blanket, of course, if you need it. And just stretch your arms away from your body. So you have this big opening in your heart, but hug your heels in. You can fold at your hip right here, not here, of course, right here. Maintain that natural curve. And you don't have to go really far. And then just bow. Bow your head to your heart. And come back up and change the interlace. Hug in, get long, scoop, stretch it back, and just folding a little bit, maybe not as much as you usually do. And just bowing your head to your heart. And come back to center. Good, let's just sit for a minute, and I'd like us to just focus on our breath before we come into, we'll do Supta Baddha Konasana, but just like us to focus on our breath for a minute. So let's do the 5 breaths. As you, 5 like inhale, so you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring it into the body, all the way up through to the crown of the head. Hold it there, 5 counts, and then exhale it out, okay? And let's do that 3 times. So whenever, do it whenever you're ready. Inhale. And once you've finished with your 3 breaths, just keep your eyes closed. And just feel or imagine, what is grace to you? What does it look like? And imagine yourself bathing in grace. There was this wonderful story of like, when you're a child, our imagination is so full. So imagine you're a child bathing in grace. What color is it? How does it feel? And then just get ready for Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring the soles of your feet together and gently lay down on your mat. The soles of your feet together. And just surrender to your mat for a few breaths. As you melt into the earth. And then whenever you're ready, just move yourself into your Shavasana. Enjoying your Shavasana.